All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakorash, honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk, walking, learning, teaching truth and sincerity. There's going to be another video through the Spirit dealing with this guy, Michael J. White. All right, I got this clip in front of me. Salakia, what I'm actually going to do, I'll leave the link for it. Michael J. White was doing an interview with Vlad TV. The title, it says Michael J. White on Michael Jackson's delusions of kids being biologically his. So basically, he wasn't able or isn't willing to even entertain the idea that if you're familiar with them, Paris Jackson and that other one, you know, they look like E, but you know, as far as this rumor is new to me. You know, I didn't know. Apparently, people say that those aren't his kids because they don't look like him in terms of skin color. But you know, so the whole point of this video, you have many Jake that still don't understand the Israelite foreigners, and many aren't. And those that, hey, that's a prerequisite to coming into this truth. If you don't understand that there's going to be many Israelites that don't look like Israelites, then you're not even going to be able to. You're not even going to make it onto the porch. All right, and this dude right here, I'm going to look at the comments. Let me see. Yeah, these people saying, I'm looking at the comments saying all types of crazy shit, you know, but a lot of Jake is in that spirit of bliggity black black. You know, if you don't come out bliggity black black, you're not an Israelite, and that's wickedness. All right, and those who are in that mindset, what are they caught up in? All right, they're caught up in this right here. We're gonna go to Habakkuk. All right, because even Paul quoted it. We're gonna go to Habakkuk. You're gonna have many Israelites who can't understand the mystery of the Israelite foreigners. All right, the fact that you're gonna have Israelites from all different corners of the world speaking different languages, all right, that don't necessarily look like how we anciently used to look. All right, let me get this out of Habakkuk. I believe it's chapter 2. What is it? Habakkuk. Let me see. Salakia. Oh, okay, Habakkuk 1 and 5. I was believing it was 2. Habakkuk 1 and 5, it says, Behold ye among the heathen. Who's that ye? The Israelites. The Israelites scattered among the heathen. And regard and wonder marvelously. All right, because it is marvelous. All right, it says, For I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. And we're literally seeing our people suffer from this. You have people who don't want to accept that there are Israelites who do not look or do not have the traditional look. And Michael J. White didn't want to receive that in terms of Michael Jackson. You know, him saying, oh, those kids are too white to be his. When you have plenty of people, you know, brothers, and did all types of videos, you'll have people who will look like one nation, but they really go back to being an Israelite. All right. It says it's marvelous because if you even, you know, the way that we deal with heathens, it's complete exile. You know, you're not one of us, you know, get the fuck on. So then to have someone that looks like one, but they're actually an Israelite, if you went through their lineage, all right, and through their spirit, you can tell, you know, it is marvelous. That's why, hey, when you go to Revelation chapter 7, right, and this is the whole reason why that Sakari and Fopi thing happened, you know, because that idiot Fopi, I was watching the Sonnetter interview. It's about an hour and 1 minute in, you know, and if that nigga can, hey, he bore witness against himself. I guess according to him, you're not a full-blooded Israelite unless both parents are Israelites. So if your father is Israelite and your mother is a heathen, according to him, you're a mamzer or you're a bastard, which is why his people was calling Sakari and that other guy a bastard, which is what led to that fight. All right, and that's just not the case. The only thing, all you need to be able to know or see is Israelite among your father's heritage, no matter how far back it is. All right, if it's 16 generations ago, as long as there's one Israelite man interjected in there, you're good. All right. Hey, if that was the case, if If that's the case, then King David isn't an Israelite because his grandmother was who? Ruth, was it not? So he wouldn't have been able to qualify. All right, but according to these idiots, all right, Revelation, we're going to go to 7, and I'm going to jump down to verse 9. It says, "After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our Lord, to our power which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb." So this lets you know, hey, that 1/3, they were coming out of all the different lands, speaking all the different languages, all right, looking like different peoples, but they are of the elect, all right, they are of that chosen number. And in the kingdom, all Israelites who don't have their original features will get their original features back, all right. As a matter of fact, that's why, and it's marvelous that Habakkuk 1 and 5. It's a marvelous work, all right, because you're looking the way that we're trained up in this world. We're trained up carnally and physically. If you see something, it is what it is. We're not trained to have a spiritual eye to look deeper. All right. So Revelation 7 and 13, it says, "And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb." So even for a second there, John the Revelator was stumped. He said, "Sir, thou knowest." All right. He said, "I don't know who they are. Man, you got some people in there looking like Elam. You got some people in there looking like Moab. But those are Israelites who will be redeemed out of the four corners of the earth. All right. Only Israelites are candidates for salvation. So only Israel is going to believe in the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and have a chance at salvation. All right. Let me go to, now I want to get the part where Paul had quoted it. What was that, in the book of Acts? Let me see. Yep, because when you read, now this is Acts 13, and I'm going to start at, let me see. Because basically, oh no, was it Peter who said this? I think it was, let me see if it was Peter who said this, actually. Salakia, let me double check, y'all. Okay, yeah, it was Paul. When you go to Acts 13 and 16, it was Paul. It tells you, then Paul stood up. All right, so when you start coming down, you're going to come down to verse, what is this? You're going to come down to verse, I'll probably start at 41. It says, "Behold," or because Paul, he was teaching, I believe, in the synagogue. And he was teaching of Yahweh Shai. And the very people who knew they were Jake, all right, who had the fringes and the garments, they didn't want to believe. And we see it today. Here it is. You got niggas that look like full-blown Jake, and he want to stay in the world. But then you'll have those who don't look the part, those who, grew up in a trailer park, and have blue hair and blonde hair and blue eyes, but they sincerely believe. All right, so what is Paul going to go on to say? Acts 13 and 41, it says, "Behold, ye despisers, and wonder, and perish." All right, so all those people who can't get it, you're going to perish. If you don't want to accept that you're going to have Israelites that don't have the traditional look, you're going to fucking die. All right, it says, "A work which, for I work a work in your days, a work which ye shall in no wise believe, though a man declare it unto you." And that's what Paul was working right there. That's what we're working. We're telling y'all what it is. We're showing you in the scriptures. We're showing you in the history. We bring out books like The Negro Question. We bring out books like Nature Knows No Color Lines. All right. We bring out just the many different physical examples of athletes, entertainers, famous people, of Jake getting with other nations, and then those children begin to look like the different nations. All right. It says, "Though a man declared unto you." And when the Jews were gone out of the synagogue, the Gentiles besought that these words might be preached to them the next Sabbath. So who's the ones that started listening? It said the Gentiles. The Jews, they was, man, this nigga crazy, dog. He over there with the Greeks. Dealing with the Israelites that were living a Greekish fashion, but they were Jake, and they didn't want to hear it. All right, and that's just the situation we have on our hands now. All right, niggas been, Jake been on that banging shit. You know, that Jake think camp banging is bad. And niggas was tribe banging, niggas was Jew banging. Oh, if you not dark, nigga, you not even want us, You know, Jake been doing that for a long time now. You know, that's nothing new. All right, and that's why, let me get this. When Yahushua returns, that is going to be broken. Let me get this. Hey, matter of fact, this is perfect. All right, this lets you know what the deal is. This is Isaiah 11:10. It says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse." What day? The end of this world, so-called, the return of our Messiah. It says, "Which shall stand up for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious." What Gentiles? All right, we're going to see. "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people." So those Gentiles that are seeking is the remnant. All right, it tells you the second time. What was the first time? Us being recovered out of Egypt. All right, so this is letting you know it's dealing with the nation of Israel. Those are the Gentiles that are going to be seeking to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And where does it say they're going to be recovered from? It says, again, the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. So from all the different heathen lands we would be in, no matter what you look like, you know, sound like, as long as you are an Israelite and you believe, you can be saved. Even if you in fucking Tibet some damn where on a dang all mountain, and everybody around you look like gooks worshiping Buddha, but you are a Jake and you come across this truth and believe, you can and you will be redeemed and saved. All right, so just because you know you got niggas, they got signs, all 12 tribes, Negro, Negro, Negro. That's crazy. You know, that's crazy. All right, that's that old ancient tribal hatred that our people have for one another. All right, when the kingdom was rent and split, what did niggas start to do? Tribe banging, nigga, Judah, nigga Zebulon, banging. You know, and that's why you see it today. Jake's, you got Northern Kingdom that all they fuck with is Northern Kingdom. Southern Kingdom, you know, Negroes, all they fuck with is Negroes. It's the same shit all over again. It says, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." So the Israelites dispersed among the heathens will be gathered. All right, no matter how they look, no matter who has an issue with it. This nigga right here, Michael J. White, the actor, he has an issue with it. There's many Israelites that have an issue with it. It doesn't matter. All right, it says they're going to be gathered, whether you motherfuckers like it or not, whether you believe it, though it be worked in the midst of you, like that Habakkuk says, though it be told to you. All right, verse 13, it says, "The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim." So ultimately, the love that the nation has, it's going to all come back together. All right, all that shit is going to be broken down. We'll all be one big happy family. All right, and furthermore, that shows you, that the wild olive branch, basically they're both olive branches. All right, what is that? I believe it's in it's not, is it Romans? I know I'm getting mixed up. You know, the apostle and a couple brothers had did videos on it because of that one scoffer. But to be grafted in, you have to be of the same kindred in the first place. All right, when you get a skin graft, you can't, let's say you get a burn on your arm. Where do they go get the skin from? They'll go get it down from your butt. So you have to be of the same origin in the first place. That's the only way it works. So those wild branches being grafted in are Israelites who lost their way. All right, like it says in, what is that? Is that John 7:35? Who did Yahushua say? Let me see, John 7:35. What did the Jews say to him? All right, John 7:35, it says, "Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles, and teach the Gentiles?" The dispersed who? The Israelites, all right? The dispersed Israelites amongst the heathens, all right? Those were the Gentiles that would come back, like it told you in that Isaiah 11, all right? You know, this is not it's not as big of a mumbo jumbo as it has to be. Go find your heathen, go have a kid with it, have that male child, repeat that process about 5 times, and And watch how unrecognizable that lineage is going to look compared to the origin. All right, this is a very simple thing, but many of our people are not meant to get it. They have to stay blinded up until the end. All right, and you, Jake, that you having your own tribal bias or whatever the hell isn't going to prevent the Israelite foreigners from receiving their salvation. All right, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakorash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk, walking, learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity. And I'm going to say Shalom.